Today I am asked to speak about the power of habit. It is an important subject because we just hear very little to understand what habit is, and there is much more to know and to make better use of in what we call habit. There is no one in this world who is not habituated to many things, good and bad. But he is wise who tries to understand what it is. And he is wiser who tries to make better use of the power of habit. In this sense, it is a very valuable subject to speak and try to understand. To a spiritualist, everything is important. To a student of nature who wants to be a devotee of creation, there is nothing that is less important. And we try to pay more attention to the subject habit. We know vaguely what habit is because we have our own habits, and we wonder how habit wields its influence upon us if we just observe a few things. I wonder how I could appreciate strong coffee before I was habituated to coffee. Many times I tried to offer coffee to a friend who is not habituated to coffee. He tasted it and said, "In what way it is better than milk?" I had no answer. He said, "I am habituated to take milk with sugar in the morning, and in what way the coffee is more tasteful?" Another friend said, "I am habituated to take a tablespoon of honey in the morning. Now, if I attempt to take some strong coffee offered by you, I feel like vomiting." That is what he said. Of course, I had no reason to contradict what he said, because even after 50 years of the habituated mind to coffee, I still feel that honey is better than coffee in its taste. And I have no right to deny that sugar with milk is more tasty than coffee. So, I try to understand that there are two types of taste. One is natural taste and the other is cultured taste. If we try the two things with a newly born child, we can understand the truth of it. You touch the tongue of a newly born child with honey and observe his face and expression, and give a touch with strong coffee and then observe the expressions of his face. I think the first example gives an expression of expansion, whereas the second example gives an expression of contraction of face muscles and nerves. Of course, the expansion and contraction of the face muscles is only symbolic of something which is more subtle, just like the features of laughing and weeping. What we call laugh manifests itself on the face in the form of the expansion of the muscles and the skin and the nerves. But in fact, the physical expansion is not what takes place in the person. It's only a symbolic expression of what happens in him. Similarly with weeping. If a person weeps, there is a peculiar contraction of the nerves and the muscles, and the glands are at work. But it is not what happens in the person. something happens in the person which produces these changes in the nerves and the muscles and the glands. The nerves and the muscles and the glands are of the physical plane, whereas laughing or weeping is of the astral or the mental plane.